a Harvard professor who did a study, and he thought Alzheimer's and dementia originated in the brain. And I'll be quick. Originated in the brain, and after his study, he realized that he was finding the bacteria from the intestines of the animals in the tissue of the brain of the animals, and it was because of the chemicals that were causing polyps in the intestines leaking out the bacteria of the intestines into the bloodstream and into the brain. And the bacteria that breaks down your food in the intestines was in the bloodstream breaking down the tissue of the brain, and that is what he concluded was causing Alzheimer's and dementia. And of course, his study was not put into mainstream media. But
Well, no,
that
that's
is
Welcome to the Crunchy Moms Unfiltered, the podcast where we question everything and say the things no one else will. I'm April Locani, a serial entrepreneur turned naturopathic practitioner and just a truth-seeking mama.
And I'm Brandy Lemire, a social media influencer, a certified nutrition response practitioner, and just a crunchy mom who's done with censorship and refuses to co-parent with the government. April and I built this podcast as a safe space for moms and dads to have real, raw, uncensored conversations.
From what's really in our food to the truth about modern medicine, we're diving deep into the topics no one else wants to touch because an informed mom makes empowered choices.
No filters, no fear, just real, raw talk. Welcome to Crunchy Moms Unfiltered.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Crunchy Moms Unfiltered podcast, the podcast where we keep it real, raw, authentic, where we say the things that no one else says or wants to talk about, and that we're able to talk about without getting censored off of social media. So today's guest is Hayden. He is the founder of Homegrown Collectives, which is this amazing app and like community. We're so excited to share it with you. I'm not going to spoil it by telling you what it is exactly, but we are going to get right into giving you all the tea about what this is exactly and how it can help you from anywhere.
Awesome. So Hayden, why don't we start with telling us what is Homegrown Collective?
so. Homegrown Collective is a nonprofit that we started, and we built a platform around it, a social media platform that will give us the tools and organization to create a local and responsible food system in our country. And so we hope to make it a fully incentivized tool for consumers and producers. They can build their revenue, they can connect with people, and also learn to grow their own food if they want to. So there's a lot of things you can do with it, and we hope everybody will find something useful.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So when you say social media, like, is this an app or how does one use it or what would it do for them? Like what kind of service would it provide?
So like Facebook, it's a community. You can create groups, you can build your profiles and connect with people around you, but you download it on your phone, and you also can access it on the website if you're using a computer. We recommend businesses use the computer side of it, and consumers usually have a better experience on the mobile app. So we've got something for everybody.
Awesome. And it kind of like connects, it kind of connects like people to farms. Like explain that process to me.
Yeah, so it'll take consumers in a 50-mile radius and show them where they can find locally produced food. They can also share the farm's profiles from that site. So you really help out sharing a community and building a community around food.
It's really cool. Like, I consider myself to be pretty plugged in to my local community. And like, we shop at local farms, we get raw milk from a local farm. But because of your app, I actually found a farm that's like 10 minutes from our house that I've never heard of, never been there. So we're going to go check it out in the next few days. But literally, it's in my backyard. And
yeah, that's awesome.
I'd never heard of it.
That's great.
Yeah, that's so cool. So I'm excited to find some farms by me. So it's kind of going to work for somebody if they're traveling, maybe. Like we road trip a lot. Brandy road trips a lot because we like to bring our own stuff. So maybe instead of lugging raw milk across the country, we can search farms near us, kind of, is what I'm understanding, and
so there's two options.
The needs that we need.
Yeah, you can go to the local businesses and it'll connect you to the profiles of businesses within 50 miles of you, or you can go to search online and support local food producers across the country that are selling their products and shipping them. So you
Love
can
it.
you can make it. It can be used as a directory, an online store, a community group. You can create educational groups, neighborhood trade groups, for bartering, and your CSAs are allowed on there. Nonprofits that want the same mission in mind are allowed to be on there. So anything hunting and fishing charters are about local harvesting.
Oh,
So responsible local and fishing charters are allowed to be put profiles up there. Farm venues, farm stays are allowed to have a category up there. So anything having to do with agriculture and local food production, and any business that supports them, agricultural services, equipment are all allowed to be up there. It's as one hub for hopefully a
wow.
new food system.
I didn't even realize that you had all of that available. Like I just was like, oh, I can find a farm near me. Cool. I didn't even know it was all that. That's a lot. That's
Yeah, no.
really
So we hope it'll
resourceful.
be like hopefully it'll be a hub for
Yeah.
anybody with resources and services or anything pertaining to local food production, anything that can help them and benefit them is allowed to promote for free on the app. And hopefully one day we'll be able to start donating back to the local food producers as we gain
Yeah.
a big enough user base.
Love that.
So you just said promote for free. So I know people listening are going to be like, okay, this sounds great. This is cool. What does it cost me? So if you're a farm or, the type of business that you listed, what is the cost for them to be part of your community and promote themselves on your app?
So the idea behind it is everybody's has free access. Everybody's allowed to be on the app for free. As they are on there for free, we gain sponsor dollars due to traffic and volume of users from our sponsors. So will always maintain free access, and hopefully with enough users, we'll be able to cover our operational costs. And once the app gets crowded, there's an option for a premier business program. So you can pay $35 a month, be at the top of the listings. And also, we promote you at events and state fairs and bring your information around with us and promote you off of the app through social media. So that $35 a month will come once we have a big enough user base, but that you'll still be able to have all access to the platform for free. And as we promote the platform and local consumers get on there, your business will come up and be the first one to be shown.
Wow.
That's so cool. So, okay, as a consumer, what's it going to cost me?
It's free for consumers. So once again, is the more consumers we have, the more businesses we have, the more sponsor dollars we'll get. And so
Love
we
it.
can cover our nonprofit operational costs, maintain a free platform, and hopefully uh, put most of our effort into the mission instead of making as much money as possible.
That's so
Yeah.
cool. So there's
Love that.
there's no reason for a farm or a business not to advertise on there because it's free, right? Like
There is
marketing is
Right.
really
really
no reason
expensive.
for them not to. And our servers are just as secure as any other social media app. We use the same services they use. So there's no reason to think we're, less than Facebook or less secure than Facebook. Because hopefully we don't ever we'll never have to use your information outside of our app. And we'll only connect you with the people you want to be connected with on your app, on our
That's
app.
awesome. And for
Yeah.
consumers too, like there's no reason not to download this app and have access to it. Like April said, like I thought I was well versed in my local area, but there's farms I've never heard of in my backyard. And then, like she said, we travel a ton and
Yes.
we do as many road trips as possible because half of
Right.
my car is food. And so,
Yes.
like, I'll give you an example. This summer in July, we're going down to my family's lake house in North Carolina, and there's like one little grocery store. It's in Ingalls or something. So we typically,
Inglehard.
you what?
It's in Inglehard.
Inglehart?
That's what if you're going to North Carolina, and you're going to the coast, it'll be Inglehard. That's the
It's
only
All
thing
right.
that starts with that.
Yeah. And so we usually bring a lot of our own food, but this is really cool. Now I'm going to look up, you know, the route that we're going to take and see what farms are on the way or even around the lake house where maybe we don't have to bring our own meat and like April said our own raw milk and all
Yeah.
the things. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
you can
this
look
is
ahead of
huge.
time too.
Yeah. This is huge. This is so. I love it. The power of it could be really. It could be a really big tool for people.
If we can gain the confidence of the users, I think if they get on or listen to the podcast or get on a phone call with me, I can gain their confidence. But the more confidence and word of mouth we got going around, the quicker we can get this thing up and hopefully create more power, like you said, for a new food system.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. So this is a really cool idea. What, like, why? Why are you here?
So
Why did you create this? Why is this your mission?
I worked in Italy for 2 months doing construction work, and I noticed as I was working there, I would eat similar foods to what I ate here, but I felt different and felt better. And then when I got back to the United States after 2 months, I could tell the adjustment my body was going through and the difference. And I was like, hold up, I didn't do anything too strange. And I started that is when my research started. And so after a couple years of research, or maybe a year and a half of research, and then pushing into food production, I came up, I saw that there was other ideas like this, but there wasn't one that had the nonprofit aspect to push most of the revenue back into the local food producers. And I didn't see any option that allowed totally free access. And so nobody's really bitten the bullet and done what was best for the users yet. And I hope after I'm, being the latecomer to the game, there hopefully my business model and our mission and the way we're going to accomplish it will gain the confidence of the users. But that it really dawned on me that I had to start either producing some of my food or either eating less, so I poison myself a little less. But I realized there was something that needed to be done, and there was a lot of people with the same idea, but there just needed to be one place for all of them to come together and build the new food system instead of 20 different 20 different efforts in the same state for the same goal. Y'all should at least be communicating or at least keeping up with each other and hopefully helping each other when you can if you really want the goal to be accomplished.
Love it. I love it. And I hear that all the time from everyone. I
Yeah.
felt so different when I ate gluten in Italy. I felt so different. But I
Oh,
literally,
I mean, it
I
was
recently,
almost immediately you could tell within the first few
uh,
days of eating pizza in Italy, and then
it's
getting back to the
crazy.
States and being like, okay, sorry, Papa John's, but that's just there's something happening after
You
the
gotta
fact
go.
with your product.
So literally, I just said to Brandy, because I'm gluten free now because I'm having issues.
You're
And I was like, I'm gonna
glyphosate
start
free. You're
importing my flour.
glyphosate free.
I'm like, I need to get my flour from Italy. I need to import it from Italy. Yes, glyphosate free, absolutely.
So
I'm like, I
I
need to
tried
get
to
my
do that, and
flour
I,
from
I thought I was
Italy.
getting like a pound bag. I ended up getting 100 pounds of flour shipped to me. I was like,
Right.
why is the shipping so expensive? And I never look at like the dimensions or stuff. I didn't look at that, but it looked like two 1 pound bags of flour, and it was two 50 pound bags of flour. So I was like, they were like, what do you need? Like took like 3 weeks to get here. I was like, what in the world is going on? So
That's
Yes,
I've
I
hilarious.
think I'm gonna
I've
do that
messed that
too.
up before.
I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna order
Yeah.
Italy or flour from Italy. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I need somebody to do my ordering apparently, but I still have flour. It's right here
No,
in the kitchen near me.
no offense, dare I say it. He's a man, not man.
Yeah,
We are
that's
not
right.
picky eaters on here.
I do have flaws. There are
But I
flaws.
could see Mike making the exact same mistake. Like, I'm just
Same.
gonna say, ladies, if you could see your man making the same mistake, so don't feel bad,
You'd
haters.
rather too much
No
than too little,
judgment.
so I
But you
guess.
won't run out. But
Yeah,
you won't
I
run
will
out.
not run out. No, I'm sure like the cockroaches and whatever's in my house has found it already.
Oh my gosh. It's funny. I just got off the phone with the reporter from the Washington Post. She called me to fact check a few things, and there's an article running tomorrow that April and I are
Yes.
going to be featured in. And she asked me about the RFK food dye announcement and if it's been, if we've seen a positive response, because
Yes.
I've been posting about it.
Same.
And we were talking about that exact thing, that the food in the other countries, like other countries, their food doesn't have food dyes and they don't have the preservatives and the things that we have here. And it's really eye opening because here in the United States, most people are just used to being overweight, not feeling good, being unhealthy. They don't even realize when they eat crappy food that they're feeling bad because of their diet. You
For
have
as
to
long as it's in
accept.
their system, yeah. For as long as
You,
that's in your
Yeah.
system.
You have
And
to
the
step
disease.
away
Yes.
to actually see that happen. And then it's wild. Like we've been on this, clean eating lifestyle. I mean, it's been going on a decade, but really, really, really hardcore for the last like 5, 6 years. Like I'm really hardcore. And so when I go out to eat, like I went and had burgers with some of the moms a couple months ago. And I tried to choose, like they had a homemade sourdough. Like I tried to choose better things. But before we even left the restaurant, I already felt sick. And so you can feel what food does
Immediately,
to you.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
wild.
the disease is on the rise in our country versus other countries. And there's just so much that I don't understand how people don't see this. So when you're getting pushback from anyone, like in my group, like I'm constantly getting made fun of, like, oh, is that organic? And I'm like, yeah. Like I can't even understand how people don't understand what's actually happening. You know what I mean? Like
Well, and
the
that's
disease is
why.
on a skyrocket.
Well, so there was a Harvard professor who did a study, and he thought Alzheimer's and dementia originated in the brain. And I'll be quick. Originated in the brain. And after his study, he realized that he was finding the bacteria from the intestines of the animals in the tissue of the brain of the animals. And it was because of the chemicals that were causing polyps in the intestines, leaking out the bacteria of the intestines into the bloodstream and into the brain. And the bacteria that breaks down your food in the intestines was in the bloodstream, breaking down the tissue of the brain. And that is what he concluded was causing Alzheimer's and dementia. And of course, his study was not put into mainstream media. But
Well, no,
that
that's
is the
just
study
like
I read, and that was in a library in Pennsylvania.
the autism gut whole connection. Like it is.
Connection.
So that's why what you're doing is so important, and
It
it's
is.
it's so needed. And with big food controlling things, and look at all the buyouts. Another brand. Oh my gosh, something was just bought out recently. I have it saved to share, and I forget
Poppy.
what it was. It was after
Poppy.
Poppy. There was another one after
Anything that
Poppy.
pops up that is anything decent will be bought out
It
for.
was Lesser Evil. It was a popcorn. The Lesser Evil
Yeah.
brand was just bought out. And so, big food controls so many things. And you find a brand you love and you can trust the ingredients, and then they're bought out and you have to now watch their ingredients. And so it's so important to know where your food's coming from, where it's sourced from, supporting the local farmers, not supporting big food. So I think what you're doing is amazing. And, I think it fits our mission of
100%.
trying to help parents be informed and have access to, all the things in their life where they can make better decisions for their household. So we love that we're able to support you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Um,
That's exactly the goal of Homegrown Collective, is to make those little next steps to get to those local food producers and make it easier for households and consumers. That's the biggest thing we can do.
Yeah, we got to take it back to the simple, right?
And
Simple. We
even if you just spend a
overcomplicate.
Sunday, spend 3 hours Sunday, go to two different stands and maybe a butcher shop, and then spend your Sunday collecting your food for the week. And people say they don't have enough time. You spend more time on Facebook. You could spend 30 minutes to an hour on this app on Sunday and then plan out a trip. And our new updates will allow you to drive and pick out the shortest route to get to your local food stands and stuff. So
Love
we're
it.
coming up and thinking of new stuff that we're constantly going to be updating with to make it easier and hopefully get it consistently occurring in the household.
I love
Love
it.
it.
That's amazing. Well, we will link in the show notes section. We will put a link for them to download the app and be able to have
Yes.
access. We can put your Instagram in there so they can follow you. Is there anything you want to leave people with?
Yeah, please schedule a demo at support.homegrowncollective.org. I'd love to get on a Zoom call with anybody and show you how it works before you create a profile. If you want to get any questions answered, give me any feedback, and see how it works first, please email me at support@homegrowncollective.org. I'd love to schedule a demo.
We
Awesome.
appreciate your time so
Yeah,
much. This
thank you
this is a
guys. Thank you
powerful
guys a
movement.
lot.
No problem. It's a powerful movement, and we're really happy to be a part of it.
Well, cool. I'd
Absolutely.
love to work with you as much as possible.
For sure. Well, we'll have some fun reels coming up soon. So
Yes.
make sure you follow
Hey,
Hayden,
take your
AJ,
time.
and
Great
I.
things take time. We'll be all right.
We got
Yeah,
this.
make sure you're following all of us. We're going to be putting some updates and showing you guys some behind the scenes of how the app works and how we're going to use it in our everyday life.
Yep. Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
All right, as
no
always, the
problem.
real, raw, uncensored truth right here on Crunchy Moms Unfiltered. Take care, guys.